Alright guys, and welcome along to another more realistic episode here on Downton Farm. And I've screwed up. Like, that doesn't happen often. Oh dear. It's going to be one of those days, I fear. Right, the problem is I have acquired my Atari joystick and I'm having a lot of fun with it. But I've dropped a bollock. I didn't quite understand how X-Pad has saved. I do now, but it's too late now. Now the problem is that I have overwritten my button box layout. Well, not the layout, the actual actions, the bindings, and they no longer exist. I have blanked my button box. The Atari controller has 5 buttons mapped on it. The little button in the top left is the handbrake now. Forwards and backwards is shuttle, for tractors that have shuttle. Left and right is for going up the first range, I believe, so let me get low power and DP. And obviously to go into the higher range, use the plus and minus on the G29 with the clutch. Yes. The button box had, that's that 5, 10, 14 times 3, and I think I had a 4th layer. You're looking at about 50 key bindings that have just gone. Oh, my life, I'm telling you, my life. Ah, dear. I don't know, sorry, just pondering what speed I should actually be doing on a verge. 9 mile an hour with a Vader on the back's probably pushing it. It's kind of a smooth verge though. We'll keep it at 8, we'll be fine at 8 I think. Still got fairly high revs. You know what? Keep the revs lower and go for a higher gear. I've also got the hoses partially on. They were really weird on this as well. For some reason when I fired up the game they ended up being 2 foot higher than where they should have been. So I've had to get creative. Fun times. And I have not done any blender work yet because that reminds... yeah, that's another shot that needs to happen. I don't think I've done the tractors either yet. More shots to do. Oh, that's kind of cool, a little dip here on the edge of the field. Anyway, the purpose of this episode, we are going to go and plant field 2 with the grass. Before I forget, because I have to get something in the ground. We have 9 days. I've turned the speed down because I'm running out of spring fast. I do love the colours now though, since the map's really coming alive. You're gonna make it past? Yes. The challenge now is figuring out how to get into field 2. I know I can get in from the back end of the farm. I don't think I can get in anywhere else. So I'm going to play it safe for now and see what we figure out. I'm gutted that I've wiped out the button box. Really gutted about that. That sucks. It's just... I can't even say it's been one of those days. It's been a good day. So something had to bite me in the ass, didn't it? Something did. Might as well be the button box. Oh well. Life goes on. But in fairness, I didn't really remember what all the bindings did, so it will be nice to refresh it with more current bindings for the current map and such like. So I had buttons in there for specific tools that I'm no longer using. The merger for one. So we'll see. Currently I've got B in there, V, X and the Z and Shift Z for doing the ridge markers. The rest I'll just build up as I go, I think. I actually think the parts I've put in I need to turn off again because it was for the sprayer. But I'll figure that out when we get there. So I've got no sprayer yet, and that's the field we're going in. There. These are big fields. Oh god, what have I done? Oh well. But I am happy with the way everything's working at the minute. So the Atari controller is pretty cool. I'm having a lot of fun with that so far. I'm currently in a tractor that... oh no, it can use it, can it? It goes low power and direct power. I presume we're going to need low power and the lower range for seeding, because this is a bit of a pain, isn't it? Alright, so I dip the clutch, drop it down into low. Right, how to do this? So I want to split this field into 3. We do have kind of a verge there I can work with. Yeah, we'll be right here. As long as I can get into the field, we'll be okay. If I carry straight on from the edge of this, actually, that'll work out really well, won't it? Right, hold on you. X button marks the spot. You're not going to hit the... No, you're alright. Good, good, good. Right then, I need V. And GPS. Love it when a plan comes together. Right. This is going to work out well. I got this. I haven't shagged my steering wheel. Yes, oh no, steering wheel's not an X pedal. It was for a minute, which was weird. Right then. So, into the ground. And have at it, correct? Can we get some revs? We've got no revs. I might as well put diffs on for everything. Cruise control, not really a thing. Do I have hand throttle? Yes, I do. Too much, too much. Bring it down. Haha! Yes! Plan's going nicely. Right. The hand throttle is on the right joystick, by the way. I have one hell of a setup here, button-wise now. For those who don't know, I have the G29 and the shifter. I have an MMO mouse, which is new. It's the Razer Naga Expert Chroma, I think. It's not the Epic. The Epic's the new one. It's the one before. That's cool. I've got the SteelSeries Apex Raw keyboard, which has macro buttons to the left and the top, which is really nice keyboard. It's a low profile one as well. I've not got the keys that you have to push in an inch to get to do something. It's sweet. And they have, I think they've updated it now as well. That is one hell of a keyboard. I have a G13, which is like a mini Logitech keyboard. I don't really use anymore. It's kind of out the way at the moment. We have the homemade button box, which is based off a cheap controller. Lots and lots of features and possibilities with that. There's 2 of the buttons I've put in as modifiers. So if I've got obviously the base page, which is 14 buttons, and I can flick one modifier, there's another 14. I can then unflick that, flick the second modifier, there's another 14. But while the first modifier is flicked, I can then flick the second modifier on top of that, and it'll give me another 14. And I can have got to all turned off. I can flick the second modifier, then flick the first modifier and get me another 14. The button possibilities with that are immense. And then I have 2 Thrustmaster T1600, not the orange ones, the ones before joysticks, which are beautiful. Really, really nice pieces of kit. They use, oh, what is it now? It's fancy. Oh, I can't think what the hell it's. Ah, the turning on this, man. The turning lock on this tractor is crap. It really is nasty. Come on, sweetie. Pull your head out of your ass. You back in, because we need to pull you along this hedge. I think it's actually struggling, isn't it? Really bad. Yeah, quite the collection of toys and peripherals. Then we've also got the head tracking, track hat, which is using a PS3 iCam. That's really cool. I'm a big fan of the head tracking from track hat. It's not as good as the Vive, but the Vive, to be honest, I honestly thought the Vive would have had a lot more support out by now. Same with Oculus. But I hope VR's not going to die after I've just shelled out all this money. That would suck. Even more. Right. Are you capable of getting onto that? She's not got the weight on the front, has she? How does she not have the weight on the front? There's no weight on the tractor at the minute. The seater supports itself. Can we get... Good, dig deep, dig deep. Yes. I say the Vaderstands you can seed really, really quick with, can't you? It is me trundling around. Ah well, it'll be right. Yeah, I think that's all the peripherals covered now. Unless you go into the mic, but that's sound. I haven't used the webcam in a while. I say webcam. It's a Panasonic camcorder. To show you, I'm going to end up going through the front window, aren't I? Oh no, I should be able to unwrap it. There we go. It's Panasonic HC-V160 Full HD, 8.9 megapixels. It's pretty cool. I'm a fan. Using a proper camera is definitely the way forwards. Web cameras cannot touch them. You just need to get creative on how you wire it in. Well, what the hell is it now? It's a capture card, and the camera plugs into that. It's... I can't even think of the bloody name now. I think it's an Avid? Might be an Avid something or other. I honestly can't remember. It's one of those things that you buy, you set up, and then you forget about. Pretty much my button boxes too. That's the way that's gone recently. Can I get this to do what I want it to do here? Just about. Up you go. There we go. Right, I do want to put in just a little bit more here. I think I missed the top part as well, didn't I? Don't hit the hedge with a thing. God. That would suck. There we go. Come, off you go. Fold you up for a minute. Saves it making a mess. Right, so that's the first one in. Ready for the trees. And the second one is going to go over there somewhere. Now let's see if I can judge it on this. I want to be just the other side of the two. But I may have to put a sort of a verge at the bottom of the field. I don't think it's going to be wide enough. What do we think? Yeah, I want more space. Right, so if we... Nice, nice. Alright. Power you up. No point having that on for the minute. Let's go. It does help if you actually lock it on to the GPS, doesn't it? Oh dear. Not a very exciting video today, just a bit of a discussion about what's going off. Something I have done for the Vive though was get a new strap for it. Now there has been one developed which has a flick on bit for the front, so you can flick it out the way. It sits on your forehead at the back of your head rather than pulling the actual goggles into your face. It's a good idea. My head's too big. But it's supposed to retail at 200. I got it for 13 on eBay. So the idea, really cool. My big fat head sucks. Oh well. It's one of those situations. But I did get a leatherish one cheap. I think it cost a $5 or something off Amazon. And that's actually really cool. The housemate has an Oculus, and his is sort of made out of a plastic material, and it retains its shape. It's a lot easier to get on and off your head. However, the problem with that one is, if you wear glasses like me, that's a bitch. Now with this one, I can put the actual goggles on my face over the glasses, then pull the strap down to the back. It's a lot happier. And I also got the new 3-in-1 cable. The original one had all 3 wires, the HDMI, USB and power, running sort of next to each other, were glued to each other. Like sort of stereo car cables, audio cables that go from sort of a sub to a speaker. You know, an amp to a speaker where you got 2 that are sort of glued together. That, but it was 3 wide. And God, it was just so irritating to move around and such a mass of wire. Now this one has them all sort of blended into one wire. It's a lot more flexible, a lot friendlier and a lot easier to use and manipulate. So definitely a worthwhile investment, and they've been out of stock for a while. I've been keeping tabs on that. They've just come back in, so I've picked that up. Yes, I'm happy. I am happy. I would have liked that headset to have worked, but you can't have everything. And I think that's pretty much all the peripherals. Let's go into the audio. I have a Rode NT1A mic and a big Yamaha mixer. It's an MGU12XU. Just because I wanted the extra channels. I have to get the 12 channel to get it to do what I want. There's no small mixers. Full functional small mixers. They don't exist. It sucks really. But it's the way it goes, I suppose. Right, see if we can get this to about there. I just wanted sort of a smooth transition. Right, gotta be careful here that we do not. Yeah, this is definitely not the tractor to be doing this with. She's an old girl. I might see if there's a wider front axle out there. It is narrow, isn't it? Gotta get those wheels out a bit more to get more lock. Right then, now the challenge. Hit the middle of the field and go up it with the trees. And that is going to be the episode, I think, guys. So I think the plan was to actually get this done off camera. There's so much going off, it's just not happened. So we've ended up with another episode of tilting about in the TW. I could think of worse things. I'm trying to look on the bright side with various bits that are going wrong. And spending 20 minutes in a TW is fun, especially when you get a nice gear setup. I'm happy with the way this is working now. Really happy. Thank you to everybody who advised me on how the thing is actually set up. But my favourite at the minute is that Fen. I do like that Fen. I thought it was an 828. It's not. They never actually did a favourite 828 or favourite 828. It only went to an 824. Right, I'm thinking about there. Or have I overshot? I might have overshot there, guys. I just can't decide how to split this field. It needs to be in the middle, and I put a verge at the end of the field, didn't I? So about there. Right, let's make that a bit bigger. Yeah, I'm thinking about there. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so I need to... What's my button? There's my button. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Really? I'll get a damn mouse. Use the IC. 90 degrees. Boom. We got in gear. I still got the hand throttle on as well. Right then, we are unravelled here, aren't we? Yes, 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 yes. Come on. In you go. Come on, come round. Awesome. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. That's it, I've had to slow it down because I have to get these fields all planted. I have to do it before the end of spring. I'm not entirely sure how Seasons Mod works because I've never managed to get far into it. At least I got some snow. That was cool. I look forward to winter. I've been advised 9 days to get a decent snowfall, so hopefully decent snowfall. There are different seasons packs out there though sort of simulate weather for certain areas. So if we don't get any snow, I will pick a cold one. It won't happen again. Assuming we actually make it to winter, something always seems to go wrong. We just never get there. It's not like I'm playing off camera and having fun. It's all my recording at the minute is the times I get to play. I do like decent models with the head tracking because you can have a nosy around. That is a proper Ford radio. Cool. If you go back to FS17, you'd never get this. Not unless you're on mods. I mean, the default stuff was nothing, was it? I mean, look at the clarity of everything as well. It's just so cool. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to call it there. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Next week, hopefully, we can get some proper crop in the ground and get caught up. There's a lot of ploughing to do. I just don't think I'm going to get done. I might have to sack it off for this year. This is going to bite me now. What is it? 10%, isn't it, of your yield? Not ploughing ground is foolish. But we're just out of time. But anyway, I'm calling it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We will catch you next time. Laters.